the total cost of ownership. The total cost of ownership, just imagine that you are an owner of a building, specific building. So how much you have paid from day one till the disposal of that building or the demolition of that building. Okay, so normally they say that it will be around, 7 to 6% during the planning time, and 20 to 40% for the construction, which will take like 1 to 4 years, is dependent on the construction itself, and the operation and maintenance phase, which is 60 to 80% of the total cost of ownership of a building, because you need to deal with this building for the next 20 to 40 years. Okay, I plan for the building for 1 year maybe. I build the building in 2, 3, 4 years. However, I need to operate and maintain this building for the next 20 and up to 40 or more than 40 years. Okay, and we will come at the end of the life cycle of the building, which is the disposal, and it will take maybe like less than 1 year, which around 3 to 4% of the total cost of the ownership. Okay, so still this is just like approximate figures. However, just to understand the idea. Okay, so when we do any feasibility study for any building, we need to make sure that the operation and maintenance phase, it's included in our feasibility study. Why? Because we are going to pay a lot of money during this time. Okay, and all the problems we are going to face, the challenges we are going to face, it will be during these 20 to 40 years. But how we reach to this figure, like 60 or 80% that of the total cost of the ownership? It's from, like, imagine that the electricity and water bills on monthly basis for a full building, how much we're paying, okay? And the capital renovation, like if you have any, like the tiles, okay, false ceilings, painting, all those things, it's a capital renovation. Like it can go with you for 5, 10 years, 15 years. However, it will reach a point that you need to do total renovation work. And that one can be every 10 years, every 15 years, every 20 years, is dependent on the building itself, okay? And the asset replacement. When it comes to the asset replacement, just mind that if you have chillers in your building, what do you think? The chiller will last for 40 years? No, there's no way, to last that much. So you need to replace the assets. If you have any booster pump, transfer pump, chilled water pumps, all those type of pumps, do you think it will last with you for 40 years? No, it will not. So you need to replace that thing. So what happened is all the assets in the buildings, you will end up by replacing them like 3 times, maybe, or 4 times during the life cycle of the building. It's dependent on the asset itself. Some of the assets, yes, it have been designed and manufactured to be reliable and to reach with you like 20 years or more than that or less than that. It's dependent on the asset itself. Like, if you have elevators, it can last. You have chillers, it can last a lot. But if you have bulbs, lights, it will not last that much, definitely. And the annual maintenance, on day-to-day maintenance, all those, it's an extra cost, okay? So you need to pay for that. And the cleaning services, you need to pay for that, right? Security services, also it's part of this 60 to 80% of the total cost, okay? And the waste management services, and so on. There are so many other services that also you need to pay, during the building life cycle. So when you think about it at the first time, 60 to 80% for the operation and maintenance maybe is not reasonable. However, now you can see it could be that much. Okay, it's depending on the type of the building.